down the hammer and pick up the pencil. You're about to listen to the Savvy Radio Show. Learn from real-life real estate investors, experience revealed with the Savvy Landlord as your host.
What's going on, Savvy Investors? This is your friend in the radio or podcast world, the Savvy Landlord. You tuned in to the SavvyRadioShow.com. Yep. How you do? I'm back. I'm trying to get back at it. Quick style. We're going to bust out a bunch of podcasts real quick, real sweet. And today I'm talking about what am I learning in the trenches. Yep, I am the real, I don't know if it's a deal, but I am the real dude out there. Real estate investor, landlord, whatever you want to call it. Someone trying to make the ends meet on a daily. And this is what I learned so far in the trenches. Number one, credit unions will be real flexible to really earn your business, and even with crazy terms. You just have to ask for them. What? What are you talking about, VC? Well, what I'm saying is that, I've been hanging around with some superstar real estate investors, and they've been teaching me a lot about asking for more with less. More for less. Do more with less. And so, I'm struggling on some refinances. Should I refinance? Should I do this? Should I do that? What's my end goal? Should I sell this property? Should I keep this property? Where's, market cycle? What's all? I'm getting ready for what, right? And, I got a portfolio that I could kind of help me out with cash flow if I had these crazy terms. And what terms are you talking about? 30-year AM, 4.5 rate. It's possible. It's not unheard of. Now, it's not easy, okay? But I just learned that in the trenches. I learned that there's people out there that get those kind of terms sometime. And why not you? All right? So, and even if it's just a regular portfolio lender, you can ask for reduction on points. You can ask for a no fee, doc fee, or they're negotiable. You need to hear that. There's somebody out there trying to borrow money or has been borrowing money and feel like they've always been kind of going with the status quo. You can ask, and you might as well. Just the way you have to ask is important as much as what you ask for. Number two, plan. Man, I'm learning this a lot. It's 6 months in the game. 2018 should be strong for you. And I'm like, I realize I'm getting older. Instead of normally just running out and doing stuff, I'm planning. I'm getting stung, it seems like, a lot more. But I need to be planning more. Someone else needs to hear that today. Sit down on Sunday and write out a plan for the week. Sit down Monday morning early and plan out for the week. Sit down on a Saturday before your family wakes up and plan your life. Seriously, plan, and execute. Man, I'm telling you, that's where I'm at right now. I'm planning. I'm preparing. I'm getting ready to strike. Whew. Can't wait to tell you what's cracking. Number three, I learned this. It's pretty simple. That's the topic. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I've been going back. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I've been going back into the old school, going to all the books that have impacted my life, and of course Rich Dad has, and I've read all his books, and I'm back on investing, Rich Dad Poor Dad Investing. I think it's like his third or fourth book, and I'm going through this book again, and he says, like, keep it simple. We try to complicate stuff. It's so simple to make money, but we think it should be complicated. It's simple, and keep your plan simple. 2 is your plan. 3 is simple. Go back and reread Rich Dad Poor Dad. Not the first book, maybe the second book, Cash Flow Quadrant. I went off on that. Number 3, read, investing. Rich Dad Poor Dad Investing. 4, I learned this. I'm telling you, this is the second time I got stung on a roof on a property. I had a property under contract. Dude walked away. I was like, why did this dude walk away? Apparently, I didn't even notice, but someone before me, probably an investor, somebody, put OSB over shake roof and then a roof on top of that. And I'm like, I didn't see that. But this real estate investor was like, that's putting a lot of weight on the property, on the roof, and it's pushing down. I mean, you don't really see any damage or even know that. It may never happen. But man, I should have paid attention when I saw that. And that's a lesson twice over my little 18-year career where I'm just rolling down the road and the roof alone is 8 to 10 G's. And I'm assuming the dude realized that. I'm assuming he knows that this roof, to rip off 2 layers of decking and then put decking back on, it's got to be in the $8,000 range. And this is in the hood too. So man, that just kind of got me jacked. So learn that in the trenches. That's number 4. Number 5, I've been hanging out with some superstars, and this dude's been teaching me about hiring property management for large apartments. Now, I don't own any large apartments, but it's fascinating to learn how this little world of apartments works. And this gentleman has a sliding scale on how he bonuses or pays the property management company. Fascinating. And this is what he told me. When it's at 70% occupied, the property management company gets 3%. When it's at 80% occupied, they get 4%. If they're at 90%, they get 5%. And then when they're at 95% occupied, the property manager itself that's on property gets $500, and the regional manager gets $500 a month. I thought that was bang. Sliding scale, motivation, keeping it real. Interesting. I don't know if this applies to you, but hey. And the last one, all right? The last one. Now, this is interesting. Just so you know, I do help people. I coach people. People randomly ask me questions, and I try to reply back as fast as I can and help them because I've been there, and I feel like I need to contribute. And honestly, people have been helping me tremendously. So I think we all need to help each other. But one thing that I just learned in the trenches, and it kind of just slapped me in the face. One, I see a lot of people paying $40,000, $60,000 for, coaching with a corporate company, and they don't do anything with it. And a lot of people, man, that's jacked up. My first thing that I realized is like, man, they tried, right? Maybe not. But one thing that I really realized, I recently went down this road that I paid for some very expensive apartment training. I'm talking dollar bills. A lot of money. Okay, over 20. And, it didn't really kill my game. It affected my game. But what the point of this in the trenches episode is I learned not to be a syndicator of apartments. Yep. And, at first, I spent all this time, went all this school, went through every single class, spent the money, did everything they told me to do to the T. And I realized that's not where I want to be. Interesting. And honestly, I'm going to tell you, I'm glad that I did spend the money. I learned so much, and I know one day I'm going to apply it. What I realized is that I don't want to syndicate deals. I want to continue to be my own investor. Basically, what I was learning is to raise money through syndication, find an apartment property in the several $1 million range, right? That's what everybody thinks they should be doing. You start off with little ones, get hotels, maybe big apartments. And then, you arrived, right? I think you arrive when you know the answers. I know what I don't want to do. And that's what I've learned in the trenches. I learned that I don't want to be working for other investors telling me what to do with their money. And I get it. If I was an investor investing in your deal, I want to know what's going on. And when you are managing your own properties, doing your own deals, it's your own thing, and you can make it however you want to make it. So that's what I learned in the trenches. Man, that's what's going on in Oklahoma City. What month are we in? June. 6 months. Make it happen. All right, so let's go. 1, let's recap. Credit unions, man, they want to earn your business. There's some credit unions that need to grow in your market, wherever you're at. And just to let you know, they do some crazy terms. I've heard 30-year AMs, low interest rates. They're out there. You got to ask for them. Crazy, but it's possible. 2, plan like nobody's business. Like really get out a piece of paper. This is where you want to go. This is how you're going to get there and who can help you and make it happen. 3, keep it simple, homie. Simple goals in the beginning. Not complicated. It shouldn't be. Go back and read Rich Dad, Poor Dad's 2nd and 3rd book. Look in the number 4. Don't be like me. Buy houses with shake over shake and roof over roof and shingle over shingle. Ding dong dumb. Listen, go and inspect roofs. If you don't know how to inspect it, get a friend and inspect it. 5, offer percentages to your property management company for motivation. 6, pay the money to learn well. And sometimes you decide maybe you not need to be a real estate investor. Maybe you just want to be passive and just loan money to people. Anyway, this is your boy, Steve VanCauwenbergh. You tuned in to the SavvyRadioShow.com. We're up to over 400-something episodes. I know there's something in there for you. Let me know what you think. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to the Savvy Radio Show. Glide online and listen to our other motivating episodes at SavvyRadioShow.com. Connect on Twitter at LandlordBook and always be buying assets.